In America, there's a burglary every 11 seconds, an armed robbery every 65 seconds, a violent crime every 25 seconds, a murder every 24 minutes, and 250 rapes a day.
His name's Cobra. He's a cop, a specialist. He does the job nobody wants. The system says that even killers have rights. Cobretti's got his own system. Die!
Cobra is a 1986 American action film directed by George P. Cosmatos and written by Sylvester Stallone, who stars in the titular role. The film is loosely based on the 1974 novel A Running Duck by Paula Goslin, later published as Fair Game and filmed under that title in 1995. It co-stars Renee Santoni, Bridget Nielsen, and Andrew Robinson. When Sylvester Stallone was signed on to play the lead in Beverly Hills Cop, he decided to rewrite the script almost completely, removing nearly all the comedic aspects and turning it into an action movie that he felt was better suited to him. The studio read his revised script and rejected it. The proposed action scenes would have increased the budget far beyond what they planned. Stallone later channeled his ideas for it into an original script. Sylvester Stallone's earlier draft of the script contained many differences from the later drafts and the final film. These included an opening shootout taking place in a movie theater instead of a supermarket, during which many more people are killed.
I ain't no psycho, man!
You're a disease, and I'm the cure.
Hold the roll.
Keep it clear, we go right away.
Hey.
Okay, stand by, pictures up. Rolling. Next out, action.
Action! Action!
It started with Rocky and continued with Rambo. And now comes Cobra, the latest bigger-than-life hero to be created by screenwriter and star Sylvester Stallone.
Marion Cobretti, a.k.a. Cobra, he is kind of like what I call the bottom line in police enforcement. You might say he's a modern-day gunslinger.
Question is, Cobretti, did you use unnecessary deadly force?
I used everything I had.
Action! Door! Quickly, quickly, quickly! You guys take forever. Let's go back once more.
George Cosmatos, director of Rambo, reunited with Stallone to direct Cobra.
We're trying to make it as stylistic as possible because then you can use your fantasy and your imagination, use the location to the best of your knowledge to make it work.
Starring opposite Stallone is Bridget Nielsen. The 22-year-old Danish actress plays a model whose life is in jeopardy. For this sequence, Bridget, formerly a top European model, worked with costumer Tom Bronson to capture the look and energy of a real photo layout.
I worked a lot of times for Italian designers. I know a little bit about clothes. I know my own body very well because I've been modeling clothes for 5 years. And we found some nice things.
Leave me alone! They're trying to kill me! You better kill me!
Stallone wrote the screenplay for Cobra. Like Rocky and Rambo, Stallone put a lot of himself into Cobra.
I have a great deal of sympathy for people that have been victimized. The perpetrators seem to just go free. The jungle has been totally reclaimed, you might say, by the animals.
Do you think you would recognize me if you saw him again?
The tall one?
Yeah. The one that wants to kill you.
I try to keep it gut level. I try to reduce the dialogue and intensify the action, because I believe your actions are really your calling card. They do speak louder than any words I'll ever say. The hardest part in doing a film like this is not to become too preachy with it. I let people kind of like decipher what they want from the film. I think that you cannot lay out a 10-course meal. I think you've got to lay out a buffet and let people take what they want.
There's all these crazy people everywhere. Why can't the police just put them away and keep them away?
I tell it to the judge.
What do you mean?
We put them away, they let them out.
Action!
Bridget Nielsen began her acting career with the title role in Red Sonja, which brought her to America. Stallone cast her in Rocky IV, and she turned in a knockout performance.
Marion Cobra. It's easy. I think it's easy to work with Sylvester. We'll talk back and forth, and he'll ask me, do you think this is a good idea? And I say, yeah. And so this is my opinion. Maybe this should change here and there. And then he'll look at it, and then he'll decide whether he agrees to it or not. But of course, yes, we discuss it.
When Cobra and Ingrid are assaulted by a band of killers, a team of Hollywood's best perform daredevil stunts, exciting special effects, expert weaponry, and state-of-the-art camera work.
It's a team effort, you know. We're not here on an ego trip. We're here to make a movie. And I think this works because we have respect for each other's work.
Terry! Terry!
Stunt coordinator Terry Leonard planned a catalog of breathtaking stunts for Cobra.
We've got a broad spectrum of all stunt where we have fire suit gags, we've got motorcycles, we've got car chases, we've got fist fights, we've had a high fall. So we hit almost all the high points of motion picture stunt work in this film.
For the exciting final confrontation, a working foundry was converted to a movie studio at night.
It works every day, so we had to go in the evenings like now. We're doing a day scene at night. So we put lights and stuff and smoke, and we do our own effects to the whole foundry. It's difficult because you don't only have to work with two actors fighting, you also have to work with the environment, using the fires, using the effects, and putting them all at the same time together.
I would say total time on planning a fight like this about 3 days. You get a broad idea, and then you fine-tune it. You keep fine-tuning it down to the actual moves that you're going to make. And then throw them right up on the hook.
This is an actual foundry, and it runs into thousands of degrees, so this could cause you a great deal of harm if you were to bump against some of this machinery. So you have to play that as part of the fight. You have to be very aware that you could fall into that molten pit. But it makes for an exciting evening.
I think Sly is incredible. He just works right into the routine so well, it's like he's another stuntman. I've only worked with one other actor that is as good in the art of motion picture fighting, and that's John Wayne.
What? I mean, whoa, yeah. That's getting down. Yeah. All right. So I would just say that for the last three. I mean.
You should love the movie you're doing. You should do it with the heart, not technical. And when you have heart in your movie, it affects other hearts, the hearts of the public.
For me, acting is a much more internal, emotional affair. It's the ultimate level of excitement in my profession. This is what makes it all worthwhile.
is an electrifying action thriller starring Sylvester Stallone as the strong arm of the law.
Cobra was released to generally negative reviews with criticism on its excessive violence and overuse of genre tropes, but it was a box office success.
Also new on the video shelves this week is Sylvester Stallone's Dirty Harry imitation Cobra, which had a terrific opening scene as Stallone as a Dirty Harry type cop blew away a creep in a supermarket. But then the film ran downhill with endless chases that show you 50 ways to leave your motorcycle. A lot of noise, but it's boring, very boring, and that's a shame because this film started out like a powerhouse. Then I think the audience sensed that Stallone really didn't have anything to say in this film that Clint Eastwood and his company, the director Don Siegel, didn't say better 15 years earlier in Dirty Harry.
One of the things that's disappointing about Stallone is that he really hasn't realized that potential that he showed in his early pictures to be an actor who was able to combine tenderness and humor and a real screen presence with violence. Here, he could just as well be some animated hero on some Saturday morning kiddie show for all of the depth that he has.
No depth at all, just a lot of firepower.
The first rough cut was over 2 hours long. The closest estimated original running time is 130 minutes. It was then shortened to a roughly 2-hour director's cut, which was intended to be released in theaters. However, after Top Gun became a smash hit, Stallone and Warner Brothers were worried that Cobra, which would premiere the following week, would be overshadowed. So in order to ensure at least one extra screening each day, the movie was heavily re-edited. Stallone removed much of the plot and scenes involving characters other than his own. Warner Brothers also demanded that the more graphic scenes be cut down or removed entirely because they were too intense, and that some of the action scenes be cut for pacing. The extended version of the film is approximately 6 minutes longer than the theatrical release. When first submitted to the MPAA, the film received an X rating, necessitating even more cuts. Fans still hold out hope these deleted scenes will one day be restored to the film. Coming up now are some of those extended scenes that featured in the TV cut.
Metro Police, can I help you?
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. I have your number.
You take care.
And I'll call you very soon. I appreciate you coming by. Thanks again. Have a nice day.
Metro Police, can I help you? Get in the information, please.
What's that?
I was told to bring it in here.
By who?
A man outside.
Stay here. Hey, early Christmas, huh, Mike? Oh, this kid just brought it in.
Maybe you want to have the dog smell it first.
Yeah?
The hands are with you. The soul's in the new world.
Trace this call right away.
This is neat. Are you reading your future?
Yes. Want to go to a party?
No, thanks. I'm too tired tonight.
Oh, if you want the boring life, it's all yours. Good night, ugly.
Good night.
It was a great shoot, babe. Really terrific. Unbelievable. How do you feel?
All right.
Yeah?
Dan, would you call the security to walk me to my car, please?
Well, I could do that. That's no problem.
Thanks. But would you call security anyway?
Okay, I'll call him. What, is some creep following you around again? Some girls have all the luck, you know?
I just feel kind of nervous.
I don't want you to feel nervous. I want you to feel good. I want you to feel happy.
All right, I want that woman put on that boat that we used last year for the state's witness. I think that's the safest place for her.
I don't. I think we're better off going to the original safe house. If something happens, there's no way off that boat.
Look, we've used it for people under heavier threat than her, and we'll use it now. What do you think? You're the only expert on this force? All right, she stays put until we sort this damn thing out. Do you understand?
You gotta have faith. Are you gonna stay in California long?
I live here. I've been here a year.
You ever been on the East Coast?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Want to know something? I've never been out of California.
Really? I'll bring you out there.
Yeah, thanks. I'll be a model.
Should be. Try to.
You ever see my leg?
So what are you gonna have here? I think, oh, you know what? I better go call home first, make sure everything's all right.
I say, Nancy, do you think when we get back to the hotel, you're gonna get desperate and assault me sexually?
Maybe.
Yeah. Wouldn't be bad. Had all my shots. Relatively clean.
Good.
Hello.
Hey, you, hold it right there. And don't move. I said don't move. You hear me?
Yeah. Relax, I'm a cop.
What happened here?
You missed a hell of a party.
What's that supposed to mean?
I'll fill out a report later, okay?
Look, I want a full report on what happened here today. I want some answers. Hey, I want some answers.
When you get them, let me know.
Stallone Cobra was released on VHS throughout the world in 1987.
Available this November from Warner Home Video. America's top-selling hero in his most action-packed role. If you missed Rambo, Cobra is the cure, says Joel Siegel of Good Morning America. Sylvester Stallone. It's a name that means action. Action on the screen and action in the home video market.
Action, go!
Stallone's Rocky and Rambo roles have made him a screen legend. He's scored nearly $1 billion in worldwide grosses, plus racking up legendary home video sales. Now, Stallone is his most macho hero yet, Lieutenant Marion Cobretti, but you can call him Cobra. Society's breeding a new kind of criminal. And we need a new kind of cop.
Disease. And I'm the cure.
Stallone is Cobra on the edge.
You know you have an attitude problem?
Yeah, but it's just a little one.
On the streets, protecting the seductive Brigitte Nielsen from the killer that stalks her. It's a one-man battle against an escalating crime war.
You won't do it, pig. You won't shoot. Murder is against the law. You have to take me in. If you can.
This is where the law stops. And I start.
Directed by George P. Cosmatos, who helmed Rambo First Blood Part 2. Cobra is an all-out onslaught of power-packed entertainment.
Did you use unnecessary deadly force?
I used everything I had.
Dennis Cunningham of WCBS TV New York says Cobra comes at you like a bullet. If you are looking for slick, solid action adventure, look no further. Stallone. Cobra. Available only on Warner Home Video. Stallone, Cobra, on Hi-Fi Stereo VHS and Beta video cassettes and CX Stereo laser discs. Feel the heat. Hit the streets, November 19th. From Warner Home Video.
The musical score was composed by Sylvester Levy. An audio cassette and vinyl version were released on September 21st, 1986. Stan Bush's song, The Touch, was originally written for Cobra. It is said Feel the Heat was overheard during the filming of the music video by Jean Beauvoir when they were editing in the same building complex, and was added because Stallone loved the song.
Ocean Software, Cobra. Top model Ingrid is in big trouble. As vigilante cop Marion Cobretti of the Zombie Squad, your task is to rescue her from an army of psychotic killers and from the evil clutches of the Night Slasher. Cobra is the officially licensed computer game of Stallone's new blockbuster film. Using your many weapons with deadly skill, complete the many sections and you will succeed. Fail, and Ingrid won't be talking to you or anyone else again. Cobra, the best in arcade action. Crime is a disease. You're the cure. Cobra for the Spectrum at £7.95, Commodore 64 at £8.95.
In 1986, the film was made into a video game by Ocean Software for the ZX Spectrum, Commodore 64, and the Amstrad CPC.
For Detective Max Kirkpatrick, rules are made to be broken.
Let her go, Sly.
For attorney Kate McQueen, making enemies is just part of the job.
You married?
No.
Divorced? Boyfriend? Living with?
Is this going anywhere?
I'm just after a suspect profile.
No one tried to kill me. This is Miami. I'm local. We only shoot the tourist.
But someone wants to settle out of court. Tell me you got the woman, Max.
I got her. All right, top of the stairs on the right. I want you to keep her away from all the windows.
So what am I supposed to do?
Figure out who's trying to kill you.
She doesn't want his help.
Do you have a problem with lawyers or something?
He doesn't want the job.
I'm a cop.
Really?
It's written on the badge.
They don't have a choice.
He's in a small room by the stairs.
No, he's behind you. What the hell is going on, Lieutenant? Somebody knows every move we make.
Okay, there you go. I'm on that.
Now, if they can just stand each other.
So now you're saying we can't trust any cops?
That's right.
Baker, FBI.
Why should I trust you?
I didn't shoot you yet.
Oh, yet?
The night's still young.
They just might stand a chance.
I'm leaving you with a friend.
I don't know how to use a gun, Max.
You ever use a camera? Same principle. Point and shoot. I've got them.
William Baldwin.
What are you gonna do, hit me?
Cindy Crawford.
It's still young.
Fair game.
That was a good fight, Kate.
Thanks for watching, and we'll end with the trailer for Fair Game from 1995.